The Great Nursery Rhyme Disaster by David Conway. Little Miss Muffet was bored. She was bored of being in the same old nursery rhyme, and she had quite enough of that scary little spider. What I need, she told herself, is a change. So off she went into the pages of the book to find another nursery rhyme to be in. First, she met the grand old Duke of York. "May I be in your rhyme?" little Miss Muffet asked politely. "Of course," said the Duke. "Get in line." Oh, the grand old Duke of York, he had 10,000 men. He marched them and Miss Muffet up to the top of the hill, and he marched them down again. "Oh no," cried Miss Muffet, "this rhyme has way too much marching for my taste." And with that, she slipped away into the next pages of the book to find a better rhyme to be in. Next rhyme. Soon after, she saw Jack and Jill going up the hill. They were happy to let little Miss Muffet try out their rhyme. Jack and Jill and Miss Muffet went up the hill to fetch a pail of water. Miss Muffet fell down and broke her crown, and Jack and Jill came tumbling after. "This nursery rhyme is too painful," complained little Miss Muffet, hobbling off to find a rhyme that didn't hurt so much. Smelly cheese. On the next page, little Miss Muffet spotted a mouse by an old grandfather clock. "May I be in your rhyme?" she asked. "Absolutely," said the mouse. "I'm tired of running up and down that clock." Hickory dickory dock. Miss Muffet climbed up the clock. The clock struck one. Miss Muffet slid down. Hickory dickory dock. "I look ridiculous," said little Miss Muffet, as her cheeks turned almost purple with embarrassment, and she quickly sneaked off to find a rhyme that didn't make her look so silly. Naughty boys. Further on, little Miss Muffet met little Johnny Flynn and Tommy Stout. The two boys giggled to each other as they let her try out their rhyme. "Ding dong bell, Miss Muffet's in the well. Who put her in? Little Johnny Flynn. Who pulled her out? Little Johnny Stout." A very wet Miss Muffet screamed and ran into the next pages of the book as fast as she could to find a rhyme that had no mean boys in it. Jumping cow. Yummy candy. It wasn't long before little Miss Muffet ran into a dish and a spoon. "May I be in your rhyme?" she asked. "Yes, you can play the part of the dish," said the cow. Hey diddle diddle, the cat and the fiddle, the cow jumped over the moon. The little dog laughed to see such fun, and Miss Muffet ran away with a spoon. "Splendid," said the cow, but the dish wasn't happy, and a terrible ruckus broke out all over the page. "I'll have you know I've been running away with that spoon ever since that rhyme was written," hollered the dish. Blackbird pies. The ruckus spilled over onto the next page. "Sing a song of sixpence, a pocket full of rye. 24 blackbirds baked in a pie. When the pie was open, the birds began to sing. Wasn't that a dainty dish to set before the king?" Pickled peppers. And then the next. "The Queen of Hearts, she made some tarts, all on a summer day. The Knave of Hearts, he stole the tarts and took them clean away." And before you could say Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers, the whole book of rhymes was in chaos. The Queen of Hearts wasn't making tarts anymore, but Itsy Bitsy Spider was. Mary didn't have a little lamb, but instead was followed by 3 blind mice. And it wasn't Humpty Dumpty falling off the wall, but Old Mother Hubbard. While all this was going on, little Miss Muffet, who by now had decided that she no longer needed a change, tiptoed quietly back through the pages of the book and returned to her very own rhyme. But she soon remembered why she had wanted a change in the first place. Little Miss Muffet sat on a tuffet, eating her curds and whey. Along came a spider, who sat down beside her and frightened Miss Muffet away. "Eek!